Hey guys, this is just a reminder that currently we have the Kingdom Hearts combo contest still ongoing. If you wish to participate, simply read the rules in the description below and spread the contest on Twitter and on YouTube by using the hashtag you see on screen, hashtag KHComboContest. Unlike last time, we're doing almost all the Kingdom Hearts games this time around and are looking for even better and cooler combos from the series to spotlight. So if you think you have something worth showcasing or just want to have fun by participating, then remember the contest is lasting from now until the end of August. Reminder to read the rules down below in the description. Thank you for watching, thank you for your time, and enjoy the video. Earlier this year in January, the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross team announced Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. Being a sequel, an expansion, and a new game, this title brought initially both hype and confusion. This game is part of the Union Cross app and is likely what Union Cross will be transitioning into if it ends anytime soon, which based on advertising, it might be ending sometime soon. Kingdom Hearts Dark Road tells a story about the boy from Xehanort's youth. This same kid who doesn't seem evil at all, simply playing chess with Ericus. This is a story about that dark road Xehanort went on to become the old man Master Xehanort we all know from the regular Kingdom Hearts series, on his path to becoming one of the most dangerous and evil Keyblade wielders we would ever know. For now, during the advertisement phase for this game, we got introduced to 5 new Kingdom Hearts characters, including 4 other classmates Xehanort and Ericus shared their time with, and the reveal of a very suspicious teacher, Master Odin. In game, there is also the mention of an additional classmate who hasn't been revealed quite yet. So fast forwarding to when the game actually releases after pandemic delays and tons of hype Kingdom Hearts news, Kingdom Hearts Dark Road is out, and we're all super excited for this story and what the new characters and the atmosphere it may provide, which I must say is easily, after finishing episode 1, the best thing Dark Road has. The story. I feel similar to how I feel with Union Cross, though I have a lot more hope for Dark Road's story and its pacing. Unlike how Union Cross does 1 to 3 cutscenes every couple story updates, Dark Road is pretty much confirming episodic releases of its story, which means we'll be getting a lot more in a big bulk. We easily during this update got close to 30 minutes worth of cutscenes, which is a pretty decent amount, and is about how long a episode of a TV show would be. This could be widely due to the large single player focus of this game in comparison to Union Cross, which has more of a multiplayer focus. This story starts off with a cutscene, a montage of the player from Union Cross, which transitions into Xehanort waking up from a nap on Destiny Islands, essentially saying he has been having dreams of living the player's life, which is bizarre and interesting within itself, but they don't elaborate on this too much and is more so used as a opening into him coming into contact with his future self. This is the same similar cutscene we see in Dream Drop Distance, where Xehanort, reduced to just a heart, starts putting his plan into motion for Kingdom Hearts 3 by contacting a younger Xehanort, making sure to put him down that dark road. The cloaked figure, of course, doesn't make his identity clear to younger Xehanort, but tells Xehanort that the worlds from young Xehanort's dreams do really exist, and tells Xehanort, "I am your waypoint as you are mine." And we all know what that means. One step is all it takes, and with that step, Xehanort's world changes in an instant, which actually happens in-game as well. They literally just immediately transition into Scarlet Kylum with Xehanort on the bench talking to Ericus. They have a conversation on the bench about the outside world, which to my surprise, up until this point, none of Xehanort's other classmates, including Ericus, had ever visited, which implies that most, if not all, of the new characters were born and raised in Scarlet Kylum. I find that very interesting because it makes me wonder if there's others like Xehanort who came here from the outside world, though Xehanort's situation and contact with the Keyblade were very specific to say the least. So it's more likely that most people in Scarlet Kylum are just raised there. As we get introduced to the other characters, we get given a mission by Master Odin. 7 upperclassmen disappeared and we need to find them, and to do so, what do? Kill 50? No, wait, 100. No, 50 again. Wait, 100 more Heartless in Agrabah and Wonderland on repeat. Think this is fast? No, it takes forever. So instead of actually doing this forever, I pressed the auto button and played Smash until a cutscene popped up. The gameplay of this game, I can tell you, isn't bad. It's just bare bones and needs updates. It's almost similar to how Unchained Key was when it first came out, except Unchained didn't tell you to kill 100 Heartless in Agrabah multiple times in its first 20 missions, so it was a lot more enjoyable at the beginning. So it takes a while to get to the cutscenes, though all the cutscenes do progress the lore, and unlike Key, given this game can still become this later, interactions don't feel weightless since you have more familiar characters to resonate with rather than a OC and a Disney character in a cutscene. This game just needs more content, cards, and just about everything. A goal of this game was to streamline the combat and make it easier to play, which it is easier to play, and from everything from the menuing to the combat, it is way more streamlined and simpler right now, because Unicross's combat was relatively simple early on, though it had a little bit more depth at the start than Dark Road, but they just kept adding layer on top of layer on top of layer to the combat for Unicross, and now it's just insanely bloated, and Dark Road could very easily get to that point in a couple of years or even a couple of months, depending on how significant the updates are. I will say this game is easier to play. I know some people do enjoy this new style quite a bit, and I know I'm not the biggest mobile game fanatic, but I have dabbled in the game genre quite a bit growing up, and I significantly do enjoy Kingdom Hearts Unicross, but just don't have the time to play it. I mean, it's essentially all I did when I was bored in high school, but I just value the interaction, I guess, that I get when I press my fingers against the screen and get a cool animation or beat a tough enemy. So just being able to press the auto battle button with no real reason not to is just a little boring sometimes. Though my main issue about the gameplay isn't even that, it's more of a pet peeve. My main issue is the way main quests are done. You have some main quests that are fine, like defeat 4 Heartless in a room, with a tough Heartless at the end maybe, but a lot of the main quests, the bulk of the main quest, the bulk of what's going to take up your time are things like I said earlier, defeating 50 plus enemies in one room, 100 enemies in one room, 200, and so on. You're not defeating Heartless super fast. It takes a significant amount of time to do these, way longer than most of these cutscenes are. I don't see them changing this either, because how many Heartless you defeat and how much BP you get are essential to leveling up and getting new cards and items from the looks of it. This is what makes the game extremely grindy. Not awful, just grindy. Though what's worse than awful to me is being bored, and that is what this is, boring. Though this could change, and mobile games constantly update, so the game like a week from now could be completely different from what I'm playing at the moment. All the rewards are fun, all the cutscenes are borderline masterpieces, though the gameplay and missions are just boring. I do like being able to pick a third party member though. That's one thing I really love about the gameplay that I don't really see too big of a flaw in. Those are my thoughts on the gameplay though. They could be updated, and I will update my thoughts on the gameplay if a significant change is made. Though for now, these are my thoughts. I think there's much room for improvement, and I hope it happens sooner rather than later. Continuing with the story discussion, however, we get 2 cutscenes in Agrabah during all of this grinding that have some revealed information that made me pretty happy. I popped off on stream to this. A simple theory I had based on previous implications from Unicross had me thinking that Xehanort and Ericus had read the Book of Prophecies, or at least knew about it. One of these cutscenes confirms its presence in this world. I'm curious as to what role the book may have in this world, as I previously figured that they'd be using data worlds similar to Unicross, but as they explained earlier on in the story, they are actually visiting real worlds in the series. So data worlds aren't being used to train Keyblade wielders. However, some areas may not be inhabited all too much because the worlds are flowing at different times due to the Keyblade War splitting all the worlds. Some worlds' times are caught up, while other worlds are stuck in time or moving slowly. Xehanort and everyone else referring to these creatures as Heartless makes sense due to the presence of the Book of Prophecies, but it makes me wonder why future Kingdom Hearts characters no longer know of the book. It almost seems like something current masters wish to avoid spreading knowledge of. because otherwise there's no reason that characters like Master Ericus wouldn't tell Aqua, Terra, and Ven about the Heartless. But I guess since they dealt with Unverse more than Heartless, that it makes sense they wouldn't know about them, but I never heard them mention the Book of Prophecies, and it hasn't even been brought up by characters outside of Maleficent, at least not in a significant stance. Though that topic might be for another day. It might require a little bit more research. The search for the 7 upperclassmen hasn't been going too well. However, they all seem to have hope that they are still out there. The next and final story cutscene leaves a huge impression, however. We transition into a cutscene that says 4 years later, which pans down to a cemetery, assumingly for lost Keyblade wielders. Among those graves are seemingly the graves of our 4 other friends who were just introduced. Only Nomura would introduce all these new characters, sparking all the ships, simping, and everything else that comes with them, only to kill them off in the first chapter of the game. I guess that Kairi's grandma theory is completely out the window since Vor is gone, or at least we know she's gone in 4 years. Now, we still don't know how this happened, so I'd heavily assume that the story will likely still tell us about what's going on in between that time, though during this cutscene, Xehanort has a new haircut, the one we're more familiar with him having, and is leaving to go somewhere. Then we see the end screen for episode 1 and a teaser for chapter 2, which will be called The Presence of Darkness. What a ending, what a way to start off Dark Road. I was so hyped and it almost made the grinding worth it. I'm personally in love with everything that is happening so far story-wise. The atmosphere of this game is amazing and is a nice balance of lightheartedness with Ericus and a tone of seriousness with Xehanort. I'm liking this episodic update thing so far and hope they continue to release updates like this monthly going forward, or maybe even sooner. Hopefully we won't go 3 months without a story update like we often have with Union Cross. I'm quite shocked at all the new characters reaching their demises so soon, but I'm also equally as curious about characters like Oda and the mysterious 7th classmate. Hopefully we get more things elaborated on soon though. Overall, I'm so excited for the future of this game. I had high hopes for the story of this game and I was not disappointed, and we're due for another Union Cross update next month as we got teasers for in the 2020 Kingdom Hearts trailer, as well as on top of more potential news about Melody of Memories, so Kingdom Hearts fans are being treated pretty nicely at the moment. Those are my thoughts about the gameplay and story of Kingdom Hearts Dark Road Chapter 1. If you wish to see videos like this for all of the future chapters, be sure to show your interest by doing any of the following: leaving a like, sharing the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the Union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.